next, we will move to Councilman Oh's amendment, bill number 210-322. Understand that Councilman Oh has an amendment to the operating budget to offer. Councilman Oh, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Council President.
Has the amendment been circulated to the members?
Yes, it has.
Chair recognizes Councilman Oh for a motion on his amendment to bill number 210-322.
Thank you, Council President. I offer an amendment to bill number 210-322. A copy of the amendment has been circulated to all members of the committee. I'd like to be recognized for comment before I move that the amendment be approved.
Please do, Councilman.
Thank you very much, Council President. There are many important issues facing this city. The creative arts economy is not an issue. It's a proven solution to many, if not all, of these problems. And that's been well documented. It's done so with almost no support from government, with the notable exception of Mayor Ed Rendell, who encouraged and recognized Philadelphia's future in arts, culture, creativity, innovation, and tourism. I've heard far too many intelligent but uninformed or misinformed people say this city has more important issues than arts and culture. While this city has many pressing issues, it doesn't have many solutions. One of the largest, most impactful, sustainable, and equitable solutions can be found in the arts and culture economy. It's a huge economy. It's a huge economic engine that will either grow dramatically or fail dramatically based on what government decides to do. I tell people it's not a hobby. It's not a plaything of rich elitists. It's not a non-self-sustaining sector that's fully dependent on nonprofit dollars. It's an ecosystem that includes a huge for-profit sector. Regionally, its 55,000 full-time jobs benefit our city. In Philadelphia alone, $3.4 billion a year of economic impact benefit our population, our communities, with salaries, opportunities, self-worth, mentorship, education, entrepreneurship, financial independence, and even wealth. In Philadelphia alone, arts and culture provides 37,600 full-time jobs. Last year, our city lost 62,800 jobs. If we were to imagine that the average salary and benefits were at least $40,000 per job, that would be $2.5 billion in lost annual wages. The total job loss in this city since 1970, when we had 920,400 jobs, is 250,000 jobs. We've lost 250,000 jobs since 1970. We have steadily lost jobs until recently. Then we started to regain jobs, and jobs were growing until COVID-19. In 2019, Philadelphia had 740,600 jobs, but as I said, we lost 63,000 jobs last year. Now there's 677,800 jobs. Is that number increasing, decreasing, or staying level? Clearly, investing in an existing economic engine is a very wise thing to do. Doing tax cuts without associated jobs is wishful. Putting stimulus dollars into structural debt is at best temporary and will not solve this problem. On Saturday, I was helping a local coffee company with their public launch. The contribution of arts and culture to this simple promotion can be listed as follows. 3 young adults were hired as models and they got paid. One is a full-time aspiring model, one is a part-time model who is a full-time teacher, and one is a full-time college student. A photographer got paid. The setting was at the Azalea Garden at the Art Museum. The gardeners and all the workers at this iconic location are being paid. We used 3 mugs as props. Each were designed, manufactured, and paid for. There was a bag of chocolate-covered pretzels that the company makes, and we used that. That bag was designed, manufactured. Everyone got paid. The pretzels were baked in a local plant, which was saved from being closed, and so everyone there kept their jobs and got paid. The company is now hiring 25 new workers at its warehouse for $15 an hour based on the product sales thanks to advertising. The coffee is imported, which means it's shipped, delivered, and sold. Everyone is getting paid and sales taxes are being paid. While the models were modeling the product, music was being played. Musicians, producers, audio engineers, studio, songwriters, everybody got paid. City wage tax will be paid. Property tax will fund our city and schools. Rent will be paid. An Uber driver got paid. And the advertising company will be paid. The city will be promoted. The logo is a Liberty Bell, a historic, cultural, and international symbol of freedom located here in our city. $930 million in annual household income is paid. It's unlikely these people are going to be a source of homelessness, crime, and gun violence. $157 million annually in local taxes help funds our schools, social service, anti-violence programs like the ones advocated by members of this city council. All of this is a result of organic economic engine that has been running without government funds. But now, because of the devastating damage done by COVID-19, this homegrown job and opportunity creator needs government assistance to keep laying the golden eggs that it has been laying all this time. I'd like to talk about the impact on underserved communities, which is widely acknowledged. Hip-hop, urban fashion, dance, popping, locking, jazz, gospel music, funk, DJing, EDM. For those much older than me, they'll remember when we had the Sound of Philly, Sigma Sound Studio, Philadelphia International Records, and how that impacted our African-American community, bringing wealth and prestige into our communities, creating collaborations. How about live jazz and comedy on 52nd Street? Yeah, that was a thing when 52nd Street was live entertainment. What about film, television, theater, drumline, graphic design, set design, carpentry, stage handlers, audio engineers, producers, photographers, advertisers, video recording, television crews, pre- and post-production, computer work, film truck drivers, last time I checked, got $150,000 a year for driving, Teamsters, for driving a film production truck. Screenwriters, novelists, poets, spoken word artists, and so much more. The equity and opportunity in the arts has defied racial barriers, prejudice, and discriminatory laws throughout our history. And a lot of it born in Philadelphia. According to the Cultural Alliance, Philadelphia's art and culture economy lost $310 million in revenues between 2020 and 2021. In order to restart the creative arts economy and prevent it from collapsing, Council's Committee on Global Opportunities and the Creative Innovative Economy has been working on this issue since the start of COVID-19. That's because performing venues were the first to close, first to lay off workers, first to refund ticket sales. They still paid rent and all their other bills, and they'll be the last to open. This impacted the rest of the sector's ecosystem. How much more to save and restart and grow the arts and culture sector? A creative arts economy needs more than a $45 million fund. It's not enough, but it's the least that we could do. This is what our committee came up based on meetings with industry leaders, based on a public hearing that we held. There's 36,000 full-time jobs in Philadelphia alone and a bright future in a very competitive global market where cities and countries around the world have a strategy to take music, art, film, and build an economic engine of their own on that. This economy is undergoing serious changes and shifts. We should not disregard what others are so determined to build. Our artists and related workers will leave our city, take their dollars, their families, their opportunities to more supportive locations here in the U.S. and abroad. The American Rescue Plan federal stimulus dollars was given to our city. Council decides what to do with that $1.4 billion. That's the role of council. Now, the mayor has offered his proposal, but he doesn't make that decision. He's got an idea. Now, I disagree with his idea, and I think many council members do as well. We believe that this stimulus dollar should be used to revitalize our economy, create those jobs. I've offered this amendment, which includes fully restoring the city's arts budget, creating a new fund for the creative arts economy, along with a very reasonable amount of funding for livable communities. That is specifically $45 million into City Council for the creation of a creative economy recovery fund, $2.2 million into the Managing Director's Office to restore the Office of Arts, Culture, and the Creative Economy, the Philadelphia Cultural Fund, and the Greater Philadelphia Film Office, $14 million to increase the funds to planning and development for the Housing Trust Fund to restore pre-pandemic funding levels, $6 million to the Land Bank for planning and development to restore funding to the Land Bank for operations and acquisitions, $3.75 million for Parks and Rec for pre-pandemic funding, $1.67 million to match FY20 funding for commercial corridor cleaning, storefront improvement, business security camera programs, and finally $1 million for infrastructure in the Managing Director's Office to create a sidewalk repair strategy as recommended by the 2018 Sidewalk Policy Transportation Community Development Initiative and to restore Vision Zero program funding for fiscal year 20. That's collectively Livable Communities' request. This is, in summary, the amendment that I've provided. It is in writing, and I will move that the amendment be adopted.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that the amendment to bill number 210 be approved. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Those opposed?
No.
Nay.
Nay.
I'll request a roll call vote, Council President, for clarity. Thank you.
Certainly. Mr. McDermott, a roll call.
Councilmember Bass,
Aye.
Councilmember Brooks, Councilmember Dobb,
Nay.
Councilmember Gautier,
Nay.
Councilmember Gilmore Richardson,
Nay.
Councilmember Green,
Nay.
Councilmember Gim,
Nay.
Councilmember Heenan,
Nay.
Councilmember Johnson,
Nay.
Councilmember Jones, Councilmember O'Neill,
Aye.
Councilmember Oh,
Aye.
Councilmember Parker,
Nay.
Councilmember Quinones Sanchez,
Nay.
Councilmember Squilla, Councilmember Thomas,
Nay.
and Council President Clark.
Nay. Nays have it. Motion to the amendment fails. I just want to say for the record, I know I'm not supposed to talk when I'm on the podium as the council president, but today I'm here as the chair. So I just want to say for the record, for those that may be watching, Councilman, we concur with you on a significant amount of the issues, particularly around arts and economy, and the cultural economy, new economy. I mean, we clearly understand and we concur. But there is simply an issue with respect to the budget process, challenge associated with, unfortunately, we do have a lot of issues that we have to deal with, and we want to, wherever possible, address everybody's issue. There are situations that are equally as challenging. So, we're with you in spirit, but it's simply budget reality. The need is broad, much broader than the resources, and unfortunately.
Thank you very much, Council President. I understand.
I just want to, we're great fighting to increase funding for the creative economy and arts and culture as we speak. So thank you. So as we will not consider the action be taken on the
Council
remaining.
President, I'm sorry, Council President, this is Mark Squilla. I apologize for being tardy, getting on late. Just want to be recorded as I on bills and amendments. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Councilman.